Hey everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns with another field test shooting video, an updated video for the Marlin Cowboy. This is a Crosman product, okay? Now, it's very similar to the Red Ryder BB gun. You know, we call this a BB gun. Some people will call it a rifle because it looks like a rifle. You call it whatever you want. It doesn't. They both don't have rifled barrels, so some people get stuck on that part of it. I'm going to call them rifles. They're BB rifles, you know, for a younger audience typically. Personally, I think, you know, they're for all ages. They're a lot of fun. Doesn't matter what age you are. They're inexpensive to shoot. They're loads of fun with their lever action. And, you know, check out my Red Ryder update video. You can see how this one did, doing pretty much the exact same test I'm going to do for you today. They're both, again, targeted at the same market, you know, younger crowds. But you know what? They're a lot of fun for anybody. And they're very similar. So similar, in fact, that, you know, you look at them, they're pretty much identical, right? One thing you're going to find, though, with the Marlin Cowboy is it does have a little bit shorter. You see how the trigger's back a little further? Or, yeah, back. So the stock, the rear stock is a little bit shorter. So that's even better for, you know, younger audiences. It might be a little tight for an adult, but you can still totally use this. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to put at least 5 shots through the chronograph. Now, the specs are very similar. Specs on the Red Ryder were 350 FPS, although it came in closer to 250. On the Marlin Cowboy, again, it's 350. I believe with the Daisy Red Ryder, it had a 650 round reservoir. It's the BB reservoir when you load the BBs in the tube here, the front tube. With the Marlin Cowboy, you actually have 700. So I have done comparison videos. I have done other videos with these guns. So check out all my videos for these guns. All right, so let's get to it. Let's put some rounds through the chronograph. I'm going to step a little bit back here. I got to kind of go a little higher just to make sure that we read fine here. And let's do the first one. Okay, shot 1, 317.3. Now the Red Ryder was super consistent. It was only within 1 to 2 FPS, maybe 3 FPS variation between shot to shot. 318. We might be the same here with the Marlin Cowboy. Definitely shooting harder than the Red Ryder. 314.9, just a little down, so 315 basically. So, you know, we're talking 2 to 3 FPS variation. Still very good. 315.6, again, right in there. 314. So 314, I think 318 was the highest. So 4 FPS variation, we're going to say, you know, roughly around 315, 316 average FPS. I'll put it up on screen for you guys. But, you know, definitely a good, you know, 60 to 70 FPS faster than the Red Ryder. And I can hear the BBs getting down range quicker. From the time I shoot to the time I hit the target, which is about 30 feet away, I can definitely hear a lot less lag in the sound, right? So definitely shoots a little harder. So if you're looking for more power, something like this might be more suitable for you, but you know, it also comes down to accuracy. So we're going to set the target up 30 feet down, put a brown new paper target up, and we're going to see what kind of accuracy I can get using 10 shots. The Red Ryder did pretty good. I believe it got, you know, within an inch to 2 inches. Can't remember. Check that video out. You can see exactly how it performed. All right, let's set up that target. I have my brand new paper target set up about 30 feet down range. We are going to put 10 rounds into this target using my Marlin Cowboy BB rifle gun / whatever. And, you know, it shoots pretty good. I just put a couple rounds in just to make sure it was shooting pretty close. The way it's set up right now, it's basically on the second notch up, which allows me to see the sights pretty good. You can actually raise it up and make it shoot even higher. But even now at 30 feet, it's shooting just a little above the bullseye. So I'm going to be aiming right at the like the bottom side of the basically the circle bullseye, which is pretty much where I aim anyways for most targets, so that I can see the target clearly. I'm not putting my sights on the target. I always put them just under, but I still think it's going to shoot slightly high at this range. Further ranges, the BB might drop down a little bit. It's hard to say. You can adjust the sights a little bit here, up or down, but we'll just shoot it as is right now. Okay, so let's get a few shots on target here. That one shot really high. See, that's more like it. I don't know what happened with that first shot. Sometimes you get the odd whacked BB in these guns. You know, these BBs aren't perfect. So we are using, I think that was shot 3. We are using these Umarex steel zinc BBs, so zinc coated steel BBs. But we'll just do the shooting here. We'll see what happens. I've even lost track of the shots. I think that's shot 5. Shot 6. Okay, sometimes that happens. Sometimes they just don't load up. BBs get kind of stuck in there. Okay, yeah, we're good though. I saw one was kind of stuck in there. We should be good now. Even the Red Ryder will do that. Seven. 8. 9. Last one. Okay, I think that was 10. I could be one off. I sort of lost count because things were kind of a little crazy there. All right, let's take a look here. Not a great result. That was a lot of spray and pray. So if you watch my Red Ryder video, you'll notice that they were a lot tighter. So this, you know, maybe I might want to try a different brand of BBs in this gun because this gun was really not shooting accurate. So definitely more FPS, right? So 315, 316 FPS, but wanted to shoot a little to the right. Only one hit the bullseye. I think that was like my first shot, second shot. So what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did get 10 shots on target. You're looking at a good, well, 4 and a bit inches grouping. So, you know, I've done a lot better even with pistols. Not a great accuracy representation. I might have to try shooting this gun with some different type of ammo, but I have reviewed this gun before. I did shoot it, compared it to the Red Ryder, and even back then it was a similar result. Faster FPS, definitely not as accurate. And I was just sort of freestanding, and people were saying, well, that's not a really great test because you were just kind of holding the guns. But this time they were both rested, and this time got pretty much the same result again with a much bigger spray, bigger grouping using the Marlin Cowboy. So that said, still both fun guns. Maybe just play around with ammunition a little bit, see if you can find one that works a little bit better with it. This is a little harder to cock than the Red Ryder because it does have a heavier spring. That's why it's got more power. It does have a shorter stock, so maybe a little bit more suitable for kids. But I kind of like accuracy at the end of the day. At the end of the day, if you're giving a gun to a kid to practice with, the power isn't really an issue for me. I mean, the Red Ryder gets the BB down there just as well. Just takes a little bit longer, but it's way more accurate, right? So that, at the end of the day, for someone learning how to shoot, I think is more important. So definitely check out the Red Ryder on our replicaAirguns.ca website. We do have it there available. Right now, we're not selling a Marlin Cowboy. And no, I wasn't trying to make this test, show this gun to be, not as good as the Red Ryder. It's exactly, I always do my tests the same. I always give the guns the best possible, shooting experience from me that I can do, using the best skill I can at least. and giving it a fair test. So anyways, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also come on down to replicaairguns.com. We'll have articles, post reviews, usually some written reviews with additional photos for all of these videos that I do. Of course, we have our Canada and US online Replica Airgun stores where we sell air guns, BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories.